Good morning YouTube, it's 20 past 6 in the morning, I'm at Bowness and we're about to get on the Grangemouth Growler Rail Tour, which is going to take us to Ayr, Largs, Grangemouth and Tweed Bank. We've got a Class 66 on that end, a Class 37 on that end, and I'm in this beautiful Mark II car number 5912 is what we're on, so let's get on board. So we're out at Manuel, and our route today is going to take us up to Edinburgh, loop around Edinburgh, go to Ayr, then up to Largs, then Grangemouth, Tweed Bank, back to Edinburgh, and then back to Bowness. There's a lot of bit of interesting track that I've not done before on this, so we'll get to that when we get to it. But basically, if I turn around here, the line on the left there is the line back to Bowness. We're going to take that line through the gate and out onto the main line. This is interesting. There's been a lot of talk in the last few years about having central door locking on Mark I coaches, so this is how they've implemented it. I'm in the Buffy car right now. It's a sort of similar style to what's on the Mark II coaches. If I compare that to this is the Mark II coach, which has obviously been installed back in BR days, but I don't think the Mark I coach has ever had central door locking while they were in service. So this is how it's been implemented by the I think it's Safos Trains owns this rolling stock. So I can't lean out the window very far, but I can give you a little view, if it will focus, of where we're going. That's the line off to Bowness down there, so we are now going to, that's the main line. We're through the gate. We had to wait here a few minutes while a Class D5 went past, but we are moving again. So we are now on the main line, near enough. For sheep. So the staff kindly brought round this programme for today just after we stopped to pick up all passengers in Linlithgow. So our route today, starting in so we go from Linlithgow into Edinburgh to pick up more passengers at Waverley, around the South Suburban line via the Shotts route. They've split the maps up here, all the way through Glasgow, through the City Union line, down to Ayr. The tour was originally going to go to Killock, but that leg's been cancelled, so we're just going to go into Ayr, then back up through the Dubs Junction route, which is quite unusual, up to Largs, then all the way back through Glasgow, through Falkirk into Grangemouth, into the old terminal there, then back onto the main line to Edinburgh. Then we're going to go through Edinburgh again down to Tweedbank, which I've not been to before. I've only been as far as Newton Grange on the Waverley route, so that'll be new track for me, and then from there all the way back up to Bowness to finish off. So today's tail end Charlie here is 66749. I think it's Christopher Hop something MBE. Christopher Hopcroft MBE. And on the front is 37403 Island Mull. Just past Nidri West Junction, we're now on the Edinburgh South Suburban line. Now there's a campaign to reopen this line to sort of passenger use. The constraining factor is there's a lack of capacity at Edinburgh Waverley station, so the latest proposal is to use tram trains on this part of track, and then the tram trains would come off at Haymarket and go up into the city rather than going into Waverley. So we'll see how that goes. I've just discovered something interesting about my seat here on this Mark II coaches. The old BR era ashtray has been glued shut, so you can't actually open it. So we've just left Holytown station. What's going to happen here is we're going to turn right, rather than following the line to Bellshill, which goes that way. You just see the tracks diverging off there. We're turning right, we're going to go through Moss End and along the Whifflet line into Glasgow. This is interesting because there's a couple of stored in the class 321s.
Oh, that's the
on that side.
Are they all up to 9008?
66, what's that, 082 I think that was that. I can't see the number on that because there's a tank at the way. So what we're doing, that line over there, you can't really see it for the trees, is the line that goes up to Coatbridge Central. In fact, you can just see Coatbridge Central station there. Oh no. And we're taking the alternative bridge into Coatbridge Sunnyside.
That's the line. We just come off because sometimes it's got something there, like a logo, it'll have Lecky. Or we can blame it on Coatbridge Central. It's got a bit of a sense of humour. No, Sunnyside's up here. Coatbridge Central's that.
Fantastic. It's coming around the back of Summerlee now, which is just about see through the trees there. So that's just the bottom end of the Summerlee tramway there, and the Class 311 Blue Train. The line from Sunnyside coming that way.
Is it originally over there? There's a few industrials as well. No way to speak about that's a relic. You like that one, didn't you? Look.
Just passed through Belgrove station. That over there is the line to High Street, and we're turning left, and we're going over the City Union line.
So that's it there. That's it. So on a day, that is nothing scheduled for that. That's one a day. I can't remember if it's been hashed.
I'm not sure whether it's going to be. I assume that. Right. So we go down to there.
That there will be the line to St Enoch. There's the St Enoch Centre. That's where St Enoch Station would have been.
Yeah, quail man. That's St Enoch's.
And that's Glasgow College over there, where I did my lifeboat training. Yeah.
Yes. No. Right, now is it down to 2?
Spin around the other way, you can just about see down the Clyde. That way. So the line we're on right now, the City Union line, is mostly disused at the moment apart from stock movements, but it is proposed, or has been proposed, for Glasgow Crossrail, which would allow trains from the southwest to go to the sort of parts north of Glasgow without having to change trains in Glasgow, because normally if you're coming from Ayrshire and you want to go to the north of Scotland, you need to walk up or get the bus to Queen Street and change trains at Queen Street. So this would allow trains to go directly from the southwest of Scotland up to the north.
Yeah, because my mum says the year after he moved to
But so far, it's not happened.
I shouldn't think they see a great deal here. Where that line used to go to, that's major.
Crossing over the lines out of Central.
Central is down there. Yeah,
That's actually the lines with the Central going up there.
Before the junction.
We're not through there till probably well ahead of 10:44.
Yeah, the timing's amazingly slack, aren't they?
We're just past Newton on Air Station, approaching Newton Junction. If we were going to Killock, we'd be going up that line up there right now, but that leg of the journey has been cancelled. But this is where Airshed used to be. There's now nothing. It's been completely levelled. But potentially you could reinstate the triangle there and run trains from Ayr round to Handbank that way.
Oh, that's new, whatever that is over there.
So we have made it to sunny Ayr. And there's a Class 156 just coming. That's 156432. Probably not used to all this excitement. But I'm just going to turn around here. This is where the Station Hotel used to be, and as you can see, it's gone. So this end of the Station Hotel's been completely demolished. There's a little bit up there remaining still, but it's, yeah, closest to the platform's gone. So there's our train there. So let's go into town and get some lunch. At the station, and that's the back of what was the station around here. They've got this new structure. That's basically the new ticket office. And the other side of the station there's a new train crew depot built in the same sort of temporary style. It remains to be seen what will be done with the old station building. Will it be rebuilt? Will they put some sort of transport hub or bus station here as has been suggested? We don't know. But at the moment that's all that's left of the station hotel. Just this bit. So the train we're on is called the Grangemouth Growler, and we've thematically found a pub called the Growler. So we're going to be here for lunch. So 156439 departing here. So while we were having lunch, the tour has gone and they've stabled it in Falkland Yard, so we're just waiting for it to come back. Now that Sprinter's out of the way, it should be arriving shortly. Well, it's been a while since I've filmed the rail tour from this spot. It's nice to be back again. Let's get back on. And we are now departing here.
Yeah, no, it was better than nothing. Yeah, we obviously not doing strictly. Yeah, beyond true. Yeah, that's got to be the. Yeah.
Which way did you go?
What did you do? You didn't go.
I went to come back to, and then came back and did the unit to Maypole.
What was the Maypole?
Oh, just
Platform 3.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we're now turning off the main line. That shuttle bus is over there. Now normally if you get taking the ScotRail train to Largs, what you have to do is go over to Kilwinning and change. But there is a line which we're on right now, which so we're coming from here, there's a cord comes around this corner and heads up to Largs that way. But it's not used by ScotRail, it's only except for empty stop moves, it's mainly used by freight trains. So this is a very rare track. I've never been down here before. So we're now rejoining the Largs line. So that line there is the line from Kilwinning.
Yeah.
So we are now on the line to Largs. Well, we have made it to Largs. This class 2 is about to go. Let's go and have a look at the other end. The theme for the day is stations that have had bits demolished, because obviously Air Station lost its hotel. Largs lost quite a lot of its structure in a train crash in the 90s and hasn't been properly rebuilt. There's a sort of new waiting room ticket office over there. One thing I didn't get a video of. One thing I didn't get a video of earlier because I was on the wrong side of the train is Troon Station, which has been rebuilt since it was burnt down in a fire a couple of years ago. But Larg's still here. There's bits missing. A useful feature of Larg Station, there's actually a footbridge halfway up the platform, so you don't need to walk all the way down to the end of the platform if you need to get to the other side. And that Class 280 is leaving. Just 380 113. Coming back from last, spotted in the bushes there, that is actually the line from Hunterston low level.
Just take a picture. You might well have done. I've got them all printed out at home.
That's it joining on there. And that track there, approaching from the left, that's the old track to Deanside Goods, which ends up and goes down to the King George dock. In Glasgow, they've got a Class 320 coming from the right there, another 380 coming from the left. A lot of trains over there. So we've just departed Springburn Platform 1. What we're going to do, we're going to do a little move, where's my finger, around this chord to get up to Colnares Junction.
5 minutes. I've come in this way. Yeah, sorry mate, we're all in here.
Didn't get the number of that. Just got me on the fence. But basically doing the other side of Callows to what you normally go on the main line.
Took it out of the suitcase and locked down.
So that line there, I think, is the main line that comes out of Queen Street, high level. And I think that will be the line we're about to join.
It is, and yes, you have to get to the screenshot. Done that way.
We just left Falkirk Grahamston. I think that's the main line up there. Which means we're going to Grangemouth. Okay, so that's the container yard. Junction signal box. Nice mechanical signal box there, that's nice. Interesting that this is electrified, so they must get electric cold container trains in here. So this would be a nice place to put a passenger station. So that's, there's a post stop there and everything. That's the Grangemouth Royal Mail office. And we are actually coming up on Grangemouth Asda. Into that supermarket a few times and seen the railway, but never seen any trains on it. Now I'm on a train on the railway. Impressive collection of cranes. Concerned because my battery's running a bit low here. Still got Tweed Bank to do yet, which is the most scenic section of the whole trip. Trusting there's an old bridge over there that's well, that's railway at some point. Stopping. So we're doing a cross level crossing. So that's it, that's Grangemouth. Alright.
There was Rodrigo before that.
We're just coming off the Grangemouth branch and there's a Fast and 5 just sitting there waiting. That unit is is from the Queen Street to Queen Street to Falkirk Grahamston service, which just sits in that siding until it's time to turn around and go back to Queen Street. So what you could do there is build a station in Grangemouth and use that as a terminus for that service. It's the line we've just come off, with the unit sitting there. Interesting, it's a 3 and 5/1, so you could go and sit in first class on the train to Falkirk Grahamston.
But you did.
That was a station. So we're just past Newton Grange and we're now into the scenic section of the tour. It's getting quite scenic outside, but it's also getting dark, which means it's going to be harder to actually film anything out this window. So I think I'm not going to film anything until we get to Tweed Bank. And here we are at Tweed Bank. Wow, what a way to arrive here. So this is my first time in Tweed Bank, and it's what, almost 10 years since this line reopened, so it's about time I got down here. And absolutely fantastic way to drive. Unfortunately it is getting kind of dark here, so it's not brilliant for photography, but let's go and check out the station. That's it, end of the lane, Tweed Bank. My battery's getting a bit low here, so I don't know if I'm going to get any more shots. So this might be the end of the video. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more footage when we get back to Bowness. We'll see. Well, we're finally back at Bowness. I've got just enough battery left to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And you probably can't even see me because it's that dark. Bye for now. It is 10 past midnight. We started out at what, 6:30 this morning? It's been a long day.